Hi, I'm Maria Burke from Inspiration. Welcome back to the second video on my recent breakthrough on the whole concept that our bodies are actually addicted to the emotions that we feel regularly, which is very limiting if they happen to be negative emotions. And in this video, I'm going to give you the technique to help you clear this. But first, just to remind you that what I said in the last video is that our bodies are actually like a meat suit, and we are chemically addicted to the emotions or the chemicals that are released when we feel particular emotions, and a lot of those in fact go back to childhood, and some of them in fact go back to what we experience or what our mothers were experiencing and their fears and worries when we were actually in the womb, and they can be a bit more difficult to clear out, but that's another day's work. We'll get to that in another video. But the whole fact is, until you actually clear out these addictions, every time you try to change and improve your life and you get more happy and more successful, your body being addicted to these emotions is actually going to need a hit. And some way or another, you are going to sabotage yourself, either by beginning to expect negative things to happen, or in some other way, so that something happens to actually make you go back and feel like you're back in square one all over again. So did you do your exercise at the end of the last video? If you did, that's brilliant. You're going to need that information now. If you've got it written out, you might want to stop the video and go and get it. If not, I'm just going to give you the exercise again, and then I suggest you stop the video and go and do the exercise for yourself. So basically what I want you to do is to think of a past painful event. It can be recent past or right back to childhood. Write out what that event was like for you in as much detail as you can, especially noting down all the emotions that you were feeling, because we're going to work on clearing those emotions now, and that's really, really important. And also, this can be quite traumatic for you, so be very gentle on yourself when you're doing this. Sometimes you need a box of tissues when you go back and start dealing with this stuff. But what I would say is, it's time now to take action. And I suppose a very good analogy is thinking of cleaning out your attic is not the same as actually cleaning out your attic. So it's the same thing as this. Like, just watching this video and not taking any action isn't really going to change anything. Whereas if you do stop the video now, go and get some paper and a pen and actually do the exercise, you're going to feel so much better afterwards. And it's much more, a much better metaphor would be, in fact, clearing the debris that's on your road. So even after Storm Ophelia here, with all the wood and stuff, the trees down on the road, we're much more, it's much more about clearing the path that you're on, and taking the debris off your path ahead so that you can maneuver your life much better. So it's even more important than clearing your attic. So, right, I'm assuming now at this stage that you have your exercise done, that you have highlighted all the emotions that were triggered in the past, in the little scenario that you've written down. So then basically, and I'm going to in another video explain the genesis of this affirmation as it is that I have, but for now, because I know some people, it really bugs me sometimes if when something feels right, if it's all explained to me, I just want to get on and do it. And it's nice to know afterwards, or have the option to know where it came from, but I can get really frustrated. So I understand that as well, and I don't want to make this video too long. But this is the really important part of this. So what you're going to write down, and again, I will have the text down under the video for you. So you write down, and make sure you spell this correctly. It's really important. The second word here is release, and a lot of the time when your subconscious mind doesn't want to let go of something, you will find yourself writing down realize instead of release, because your subconscious mind doesn't want to let this go. So here's the wording. I release my need to need the root cause of being addicted to. And after the to, then you're going to put in either an emotion, which say could be sadness or anger, or it could be a feeling, like it could be panic, anxiety, or it could be a noun, something like drama, self-sabotage, or you might want to describe something, like you might write down that you want to release the root cause of being addicted to experiencing a situation where I feel or experience what, and then add in whatever you want to add in. And then when you've put that piece in, what it's like Lean the Barney for anybody who did Irish in school, but it's fill in the gap basically. And then the end of the sentence is, and all associated emotions and their knock-on effects and consequences and their associated emotions. So because when we have a thought or something triggers, there's a knock-on effect, and it all starts spinning out, and then we release more and more emotions, and we can be addicted to that whole process, and we want to clear that out. And at the end, when you've written it down, make sure you put in your full stop, because if you don't put in your full stop, you don't actually mean it. So yeah, so try going through writing that sentence out nice and slowly with the different emotions that you've actually identified, and to see what starts to happen for you. I know earlier on myself, I found, looking at the last video that I had mentioned that whole concept of being back in square one, and I actually wrote down, I release my need to need the root cause of being addicted to being in square one, and then I wrote down and or fearing being back in square one, and then I started to sneeze about 5 times, and I knew then that was actually clearing that whole addiction that I had, that I wasn't even aware was there. So it's really good if you catch yourself, what you're saying, all the clues to what you need to clear are already in the way you're thinking and what you're saying. So as I say, remember, your attic isn't going to clear by itself, and the same thing goes for what's in your mind. So do go and take the time to do this exercise for yourself now. You will be really grateful that you did. So I hope to see you again in the next video, and because I'm going to have a few more information and more insights on this whole process, which has been really transformational for me and for several of my clients and friends over the last few weeks. So take care. See you in the next video. God bless. Bye bye.